Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wilkes University Wrestling. An All-American, a national champion for the first time in 40 years. John Laudenslager, the head coach, joined with Matt Grossmann, a freshman at Wilkes University. Coach, first up for you. You had a great weekend with a bunch of guys there, but boy, it was awfully special for Matt Grossmann.
I'm telling you what, man, he's earned every bit of the stuff that he's receiving now, the phone calls, the congratulations, just the support that he has around him with his family. I'm just so proud of him, and I just can't say enough. It's just, I mean, it's got to be unreal for him. But even as a coach, man, I haven't stopped smiling the last almost 24 hours now.
Coach, for you, I mean, this program has been outstanding the last several years. You guys have had national rankings in the top 10, but to get a guy to win a national title, to be crowned, to see it as a freshman, had to be awfully exciting.
Yeah, we, this is our third finalist in the last 4 years, so it's the first time we've won. And I tell you what, it's a heck of a lot different feeling. The program is just. We got, Giuseppe right below Matt. They're working out constantly together. I think, he was a step away from maybe having two back-to-back national champs. So, but Matt's just put so much time in. He's got such a good attitude, about everything he does. He works hard every day, doesn't complain. There's no wonder why he was a national champ in my mind. I started seeing it in January that, hey, this kid has a real shot of not only being an All-American, but being a national champ.
Well, let's welcome in the brand-new national champion at Wilkes University, Matt Grossmann. Matt, congratulations. Tell us about this weekend for you.
It was an awesome weekend. It was a lot of fun. Be close to home, win a national title in my first national tournament. Had a great support system there with everyone at Wilkes. It was awesome to see a lot of the alumni there supporting as well.
I'm sure a lot of the guys are probably beating you up a little bit afterwards, messing your hair, hitting you in the arm, that kind of stuff, bear hugs. Tell us about that feeling with the whole family around of Wilkes University and your own personal family.
That was awesome. It was so cool to see everyone sitting there. They were front and center, so when the ref raised my hand, I looked over there and everyone was going wild, and that was just really awesome to see everyone so involved in it. And it was awesome to get all the congratulations and meet everyone.
Matt, let's talk about this weekend. Take us through the tournament. You were pinning your way early, and then take us through to the finals.
I got 2 pins in the first 2 matches. The first one pinned the kid in the second period, and then the second match was a real close one. It was a 1-1 match, and then we kind of got in a little bit of a scramble and ended up pinning the kid to move into the semis, and that secured the All-American. And once we got into the semis, I knew we just had to keep rolling. Kid wrestling the semis was an undefeated senior, and I just knew I had to stick to the game plan that the coaches gave me, and if I did that, I'd do very well, and ended up getting the win there. And then going into the finals, I definitely knew I could win that match, and just had to stay offensive and stay attacking, and was able to win that match.
Matt, such a roller coaster ride. You take on a guy, as you said, a senior who's undefeated, the number one guy, and then you face a guy who's unseeded in the finals, and you win that one 4-3. So tell us about the dynamics there and just trying to have the right psyche.
I think you just have to take every match the same. You can't make any match seem bigger than another one. Have to take every opponent as serious as the next one, because especially when you're at the national level, everyone's capable of winning, and it just doesn't matter who comes to wrestle that day, and just have to wrestle hard all 7 minutes.
Coach Laudenslager, for you, how about your psyche? As you have to have the most even keel, and hopefully your wrestlers follow that. But the dynamics again for him with what he was facing there.
Yeah, well, it's easy to coach Matt. I mean, until the final match, I don't think he was nervous. Even beforehand, he's so calm. He's joking around before the matches, and but before the final, he made me a little nervous. I don't know if he knew I was a little nervous because he was nervous. And I didn't. We've been there 2 times and didn't come home with the title. But I think that plays a lot. I think that the benefit I think this time compared to the last 2 times we were in the finals is the kid that was in the finals with us was also nervous, and he was. I think Matt looked a lot fresher than him. Comes middle of the second, Matt calmed down, and my nerves went away as soon as he got that takedown. I knew he was winning the match.
John Laudenslager and Matt Grossmann joining us here at Wilkes University Wrestling. Coach, let's talk with you first, then I'll ask Matt pretty much the same question. Tell us about the recruiting process of getting Matt Grossmann to be a colonel.
Oh, man, I tell you what, the first time I saw him wrestle, actually, I believe he was up on campus before. Matt, I think, had emailed us maybe as a junior, and so we knew who he was. He was a state runner as a sophomore. So, but the first time I watched him wrestle, I knew he had the intensity level to be great. Because you can't win without that. If you're, he's not a defensive guy. He's in your face. He's trying to score points. He's trying to, pretty much dominate every second of the match, which is what you have to do if you want to be a national champ. So we got out to see Matt. I think maybe 2 or 3 times, and he was on campus. I think about 3 or maybe 4 times throughout last year. And it was just, when I knew, when he told me he was coming to Wilkes, I felt I had to give him a hug because I didn't think he'd be the last one. And I tell you what, the one that happened yesterday, the hug after he got his hand raised was it wasn't as stressful as when I was trying to recruit him because you want to get so bad because he's something special.
John Laudenslager talking about Matt Grossmann. Matt, for you, the recruiting process. Tell us about all the schools you could have went to and why you chose to be a colonel, and I'm sure you feel awfully good about that.
I knew I wanted to go to a Division III school. I liked the feel of Division III wrestling, just focused on wrestling and focused on academics at the same time. I didn't like as much of the higher divisions where it was mostly more focused on athletics, and I just really like to sit at Wilkes. I really like the coaching staff there, and I really feel like I had a good connection there.
Matt, tell us about your family a little bit and the support you get. And obviously, as Coach Laudenslager mentioned, you've been to Hershey before. You didn't win a Pennsylvania title, but you had a whole lot of medal.
Yeah, my family's been an amazing support. Wrestling's been a part of our family for my whole entire life. My dad was the wrestling coach for over 20 years. And in high school, wrestled in the Giant Center twice at states, and got 2 medals, but never won the title there. And it was really cool to be able to finish out my high school career there and finish out my freshman season there, and finally getting the title in the Giant Center.
Matt, there's so many people you could share this title with, not only Coach Laudenslager, you mentioned all the alum, but how about your teammates that were down there with you and those who had a great season for the Colonels this year?
Yeah, it was awesome to see everyone there. I definitely think Giuseppe Ray, who's a 25-pounder, definitely helped me out a lot this year. Wrestling with him every day in practice helps out so much. He's a great wrestler, and definitely think that he can win national title as well.
Adaptation-wise to college life, Matt, for those that are still in high school, it seemed like you had a pretty good background of your family. You seem mature, that you knew what you wanted to do at a Division III level. But anything that kind of jumps out going from high school to college? I mean, here you are winning a national championship in your freshman year. But tell us about some of the early things you had to go through maybe in the fall.
It was definitely a big change. I mean, a lot more on your own. Your parents aren't there every day telling you what you have to do, so you have to definitely become more independent and make better choices for yourself because no one's there telling you this is what you have to do. So it was a transition, but I think it was pretty easy. Just had to keep your head on straight. And in wrestling, I mean, the guys are obviously older, so they're going to be stronger and bigger, but I definitely think I got a lot of help in the transition, which made it a lot easier.
John Laudenslager, Matt Grossmann here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking Wilkes University Wrestling. Well, Coach, congratulations. Matt Grossmann, congratulations. Way to spread the Colonel pride throughout not only northeastern Pennsylvania, but the alum all over the country.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
All right, that's John Laudenslager and Matt Grossmann from Wilkes University. He is a national champ at 133 pounds. Here on the John Mendola Show, we are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.